Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. North Star Knife Review had a open tag started called Seeing Red, in which he wanted to see our various red knives in our collection. And I thought hard about this because I've got a lot of red knives, but then I thought maybe I can do this in sub-collections. So my first sub-collection of red knives is going to be my red Ryder knives. And guess what? They're not all red. But in any case, I thought it would be a fun way to look at some knives that you don't see every day. And this is my Red Ryder knives. And the Red Ryder knives, I believe almost all of them have been made through Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Some of them are USA made from way back when. And I believe the USA made ones were made by Colonial Knife Company. In any case, let's get started. Oh, and some of the USA made ones were also made by Camillus, but I don't have any of the Camillus made Red Ryder knives. Now let's get started. And the first red knives I'm going to show you are my red Master Barlow here. See, Red Ryder and Little Beaver there. It is a Riders of the Silver Screen edition though. Master Barlow, so that's a 5-inch Barlow. And with the lucite covers or clear acrylic covers over the Red Ryder Little Beaver artwork in the background there. You see this is made by the Novelty Knife Company in China. Novelty Knife Company is also a house brand of Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Big old Barlow though. And it's blue, even though it is a Red Ryder knife. And then my next one here is also kind of blue, and this is Red Ryder and Little Beaver again, and you can see there from the big R on there, which is cool because, well, it is a Red Ryder, so why not have a big R on the bolster? But this is obviously made by Rough Ryder, and again, Riders of the Silver Screen, and you have the Rough Ryder moose going on here with a big old spay blade on the backside. And you see Riders of the Silver Screen there. And then you have the clip blade. And you see Red Ryder and Little Beaver on the clip blade up front there. And here's another one from the Novelty Knife Company. And this is a smaller Barlow. So we got the Master Barlow and the regular Barlow. And this time it is Red Ryder and Little Beaver. But on the back side, you see You Betch'em, and it's Red Ryder and Little Beaver riding off into the sunset. And the cool thing about this one is you see Barlow there, and you see, you know, the pin blade here. Really nice half stops on these. Novelty Knife Company, USA. So still being made by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, the Novelty Knife Company, but in this case, this knife was actually made by Colonial for SMKW and the Novelty Knife Company. So that's the Barlow I have that was USA made, and then I also have another Red Ryder, and in this case, I believe this one is made in Ireland. Let's see here, is it Ireland? Yeah. Red Ryder Ireland, and you see there Red Ryder. And the cool thing about this, I believe this was, well, it was made in the Listowel factory in Ireland, but I believe it was made by Imperial Schrade. See here, it's all metal. And this, I guess you could say that's a dark red. You got the spade blade here, and then you have, I'm sorry, that was not the spade blade, that's the sheep foot. Here's the spade blade. And the cool thing about that knife, and I showed this before, the same knife was in the Imperial Frontier series, which was their low-end series of knives. But it bears a striking resemblance, look at the shield, to the early Rough Riders that were also being made in Ireland. The only difference is one said Rough Rider, the other one said Red Rider. So if you ever wonder why they probably started off with Rough Rider, I got a feeling it had something to do with Red Rider. Just not 100% sure. In any case, let's move on to the other knives in the series. And this one right up front, this is actually made by Colonial, and notice it is a much darker red than the other knives that Colonial was making at the time. Colonial has an almost nearly identical knife to this in their Swiss Master series. I'm not going to open every blade on all of these knives. They're very similar. But you got the pin blade up front here, and then in the next layer you have the scissors, and then you have a main blade on here. See there, Red Rider. And then on the other side you have, it's supposed to be a saw. I would not say it's the greatest saw, but it does cut wood. The skinnier the wood, the better, or the softer the wood, the better. Let me put it that way. Great on balsa, not so good on oak. Let me put it that way. And then the Swiss Army style of can opener there. So you know this was made sometime probably in the 90s. And then over here you have the cap lifter and the screwdriver tip. And then on the back side you have a Phillips driver. And you notice you have a removable bail on the back here. And then production moved to China with the Red Rider knives, and these two are nearly identical. You can see that also on the thing, Red Rider. I think I picked up the second one because it had fewer scratches on it, but in any case you can see right there. And you can see the blade choices here. You just have the large blade, and then a pair of scissors, and then just a can opener and a screwdriver tip there. So fewer blades on this one. And same thing here. Limited number of blades. You just have the scissors, the main blade, and the can opener. And then they moved on to other Swiss Army-like knives. Now those were not that great. The later ones that Smoky Mountain Knife Works came out with go back to having all the blades on there, as you can see here. And now they have bone covers on these handles, and you still see the Phillips driver on the back. The quality of the build is a little bit better on these now. You still have the same tools. See, can opener, cap lifter, screwdriver, main blade. I think let's take a look at the saw, and we'll see if I can get the saw out. There we go. Now you have a saw that has 2 rows of teeth on there, so it will work a little bit better than that original saw. And you also have boy's knife on the blade there, and then scissors up front here. So that's what you have on this one now. And you also have a small blade up front with the Phillips driver. And then they came out with the 75th anniversary, which put it in red bone, which looks a whole lot better. Same blades and everything, but just a little bit better looking. And they fixed the problem with the saw on this one. Now the saw is a little bit easier to open, so that was also an improvement. And you got the wonderful red smooth bone on there, and you got the 75th horseshoe with the Red Rider in there. That's pretty cool. And also a different blade edge, if I remember correctly. Red Ryder's 75th anniversary, and it's got Red Ryder and Little Beaver on there, and now it says Red Ryder on the tank stamp there. And then you see here it's the RR1A. The RR stands for Red Ryder, not Rough Rider in this case. The one is, this is the Red Ryder #1 knife, but because this is the anniversary knife, they added the A to it. This was the original RR1. Matter of fact, all of these are RR1 knives, but the RR1A is the 75th anniversary knife. Let's take a look at the RR2 knife, which is the fixed blade. Now the RR2 is a little hunter, about 8.5 inches long overall, with a 4.5-inch blade, nice little clip blade going there, mirror polish, and you can see there a full tang, and then the handle is also bone with brass pins. Now originally it was the same color as this, the tobacco smooth bone. But this was all blotchy. You can still see that it's pretty blotchy. I tried to dye it red. It did not work too well. It has a lanyard hold on the back there, and you got the finger grooves, and it actually feels pretty good in the hand, to tell you the truth. It feels like a nice little knife. And, you know, 448 stainless steel, very much like a Rough Rider, except it's a Red Rider, and it says boy's knife on there. All of them had the boy's knife at one time or another. And it's a really nice knife. I mean, came in a nylon sheath, similar to what you have here. Matter of fact, it's the exact same sheath. This is just the 75th anniversary version. The sheath has the little compass on there, and the compass more or less works. It doesn't work too well around here because, well, a lot of electrical in this area. There is a little bubble in there too. You see how it snaps and everything. It's just a nylon sheath. And you have it here. This is the RR1A now, or is it the, I'm sorry, the RR2A, because it's the anniversary knife. This one did come with this, which is kind of a dark red or almost a brown, and it has the Red Ryder 75th anniversary etch on there, and you see Red Ryder there. Very nice little knife though. Actually, this is a knife that I could see as a good first hunting knife for a little boy. I mean, it fits the hand okay. It's got the finger grooves. It's just a nice little knife, and at 8.5 inches long, it's not too bad of a size either. So it's a very functional knife. It'd be a good camp knife for a little boy, at least my opinion. And that's almost all of the Red Ryder knives. Got one more, actually two more. Let me move this one out of the way first. Take a look at the original fixed blade that was in the Red Ryder lineup. This, I believe, was made by Colonial, and it came in a leather sheath. You see the RR there for Red Ryder. Nice little leather sheath, not bad at all. It's got it's nicely stitched. It's also riveted for strength. Nice handy size belt loop there. It's got a 5-inch handle going on, and then you have the mirror polished blade here. It's a 6-inch blade with nice swedge up on top. Decent enough edge on it too. You can see there it's a Red Ryder USA, and on the other side there's no number or anything, but this was the original RR1 knife, I believe, or RR2 knife rather. Again, it was something contracted through Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Really nice overmolded rubber handle with the checkered grip that you would see like on a Winchester rifle or something like that. You know, that's where the checkering comes from on there, even though it is an overmolded rubber handle. Feels really good in the hand. And that's the first fixed blade for the Red Ryder knives. So this was the original boy's knife. It turned into this little boy's knife. In any case, let's take a look in the box. This is the last of my Red Ryder knives. Again, it's not really red, and matter of fact, neither is this one. But the box here, well, it's red, so let's open it up and see what we got. Let's first pop this closed. It is a Red Ryder lockback. It's about 4.5 inches long closed. It's got those classic embossed pot metal bolsters that were so common back in the early 2000s, and so You got the nice little Red Ryder design there. If we flipped it around, we can see here, copyright 2000 SMKW Inc. Red Ryder Enterprises are registered trademark. And they were making these knives for the Red Ryder Enterprises, which I believe is still functioning today. It's basically a camp where children go to learn how to be upstanding citizens of society and stuff. We can see here stainless china, and on the other side we got the Red Ryder pad stamp on the blade, and then Novelty Knife Company. Like I said, about 4.5 inches long, closed with about a 3.25 inch blade on there. It is very much just a nice little lock back, but obviously also more truck stop than what you would say quality or such. And then you got a picture of Red Ryder with his trusty carbine, lever action carbine, riding his steed, and little beaver on the back there. And so there you have it. There's my Red Ryder knife collection. I will do another video that will actually look at red knives in the collection next. But I thought this would be a fun thing to look at as well. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.